Let's give this one a go. And after literally opening it up, I said, damn, I have to stream this, and quit. You need to read on some of this? Don't you worry. Don't you worry. I will read everything needed for you guys. Hi, sorry Jippy, I want to play this game so bad, so I can't watch your playthrough because of spoilers. I'm going to play it soon though, sorry again. Don't you worry, Arsene. I know that it is one of those games which has potential spoilers, especially if it's a story game, so I appreciate you popping in anyway and saying hello. And I hope you enjoy the game as well. And have a beautiful one. Okay. I'm not running with my green screen today. I am wearing a top, and my god, it is hot today. Exactly. Exactly. Exactly, Linz. So just embrace it. Embrace it. I saw some parts of it, to be honest with you anyway, in the trailers and stuff, and I can see how you might construe it as that. So, yep, it's all good. It's all good. Let's just see how it goes, right? Okay. I think we're ready. Let's just let's start this bad boy up. Okay, so I'm gonna keep. We'll start it up, and I'll speak for a little bit whilst we have the music and stuff going, just so that we can see how the audios are. I really hope you and Linz enjoy this one. I'm sure we will. I'm sure we will. And I hope you feel better soon, Linz. Okay. I'm sure she's here. And so it begins. Okay. So, yes, you can hear me on the, you can hear the boat music. My voice, is my voice too quiet against the rumbling of the boat? Let's just do a quick check on that one. Damn, I am so hot today. I'd be naked right now, Linz, if it wasn't for you beautiful people. Just have to see when she talks. Alright.
A lot of this isn't going to make sense to you. And I'm sorry about that. I'm just going to start at the beginning, with the house.
Mumfies, hello. Welcome. So nice to see you here. Okay, so her voice needs to go way up. Thank you. I can put the master volume up, but the music might drown it out a bit. I hope you turn her voice up. I'll knock the music just a touch down. Although I think the music is beautiful in this. Okay, let's see if that's any better. Shall I turn the sound effects down as well, actually? Dialogue. There we go. That should be good. Alright. Well, I hope you managed not to melt, Linz. Mumfies, it's lovely to see you. How are you doing? I hope you're doing okay. So, I don't know whether you've read much about this game. That it's,
I lived here until I was 11, but I wasn't allowed inside half the rooms.
How's that for volume now? Bit better? Okay. I'll try not to shout.
Inside the mailbox were bills from 7 years ago, marked urgent, open immediately.
Hello, Nusjin. Welcome. Welcome back. It's a beautiful game. I'm very good, Nusjin. We are playing a new game, a recommended game, and we've just started. So I hope you enjoy this one. If you are planning on watching it, kick back. Humphrey says, doing good. Playing while watching, so I'll probably be semi-lurking. Haven't heard much about this game at all. Well, I don't know whether you want to lurk on this one.
I hadn't
You
been
want to
back
watch.
since my brother Lewis's funeral.
Needs to be lurking as well. Want to get immersed. No problem. I will stay quiet as much as possible for you guys.
In her will, my mother left me a key, but didn't tell me what it unlocked. Maybe she thought I'd know. Or she thought that the mystery would be enough to bring me back.
I like how they, with the words, with the letters. Nice.
No one had driven this way in a long time, but I saw a few hoof prints.
Oh, wait.
The truth is, even after I inherited the house, I never thought I'd come back to it. But now I had questions about my family that only the house knew the answers to. The house was exactly like I remembered it, the way I'd been dreaming about it.
Look at that. The house is amazing. I agree with you, Bobby. It's incredible. I don't know how they did that. That's just beautiful. That's my house.
As a child, the house made me uncomfortable in a way I couldn't put into words. Now, as a 17-year-old, I knew exactly what those words were. I was afraid of the house.
Okay, so this game took them 6 years to make or something. It's like 3 hours long. 6 years, well, very well done. This is pretty much where I got to. I saw the house and said, oh god.
Crawling through the doggy door used to be a lot easier when I was 11.
I'm just gonna knock down, sorry guys, just the sensitivity 1 second. This road can't be mine. Hello, welcome. We are just starting this playthrough. You are more than welcome to sit down and enjoy. It's a blind first time, but it is a beautiful game. From Russia. From Malta. Yeah, welcome to story time with Chippy.
For the first time in years, I felt like I was home.
I don't know how it's just so detailed. It's incredible. Incredible.
But instead of a family, there were just memories of one. Like how after Lewis started working at the cannery, we all got sick of eating salmon. Except our cat, Molly.
That makes me a Malteser. Oh, yes, it does. I love good Maltesers. Apparently someone told me, sorry. I've got it too low. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Apparently someone said that they've recalled Maltesers because of salmonella or some shit.
Or only one restaurant would deliver to our house. So we had Chinese a lot.
Like the voice. Voice acting's nice.
Nothing in the house looked abnormal. There was just too much of it. Like a smile with too many teeth.
Wow. That is a lot of stuff in this house.
A lot of things got left behind in the whirlwind of that last night. Edie told me once that every Finch who ever lived is buried somewhere in the library.
Clever. Come to Russia? Reminds me of a semi-hoarding situation. Yeah, I guess. Someone with some massive sort of OCD for keeping everything, right? The sounds of the floor.
Great-Grandpa Sven built a music box for Barbara, along with the rest of the house. Mom always told me to stay out of the basement, so I wasn't too surprised when the key didn't fit. Even the fireplace had a story. Edie told me the bricks came from the original house, after it sank.
On the pause menu, it shows the family tree, so when she talks about people, you can check who they are in your family. Okay. I see. Nice. Well, they've really, the attention to detail is amazing.
The table was still a wreck from the night we left.
Okay. They left in a hurry, huh?
My mom was the only one of us who could imagine Great-Grandma Edie living in a nursing home. It was like a bomb had gone off, killing everyone but sparing the furniture.
Enough tuna. So we're going upstairs.
After Milton disappeared, Mom sealed up all the bedrooms. Then Edie retaliated and drilled peepholes.
Sealed up all the bedrooms. So nicely done. Milton was your brother.
My Grandpa Sam spent 7 years sharing a room with his dead brother, Calvin.
Spent 7 years sharing with his dead brother. Fuck.
As a kid, I just assumed every house had peepholes and sealed rooms you weren't allowed inside of.
Wait, so... Yeah.
The last time I was in Edith Sr.'s room, I was 10 and she was painting my portrait.
Wait, so they were all locked up? This game is so ridiculously beautiful. I know, it's hi Joy Boy, it's absolutely incredible. I'm amazed. His twin died, but they kept the room the same, not with his actual body. Oh, I see. Okay. It just seems kind of like what they were locked in the they were locked in these rooms.
Whenever people ask me about my family, the first thing they always want to know about is Barbara.
Welcome, by the way, Joy Boy.
Edie's
Hope you
father,
enjoy.
Odin, built the original house.
So just looking around, I suppose, to give us
Barbara
an
was a
introduction.
child star for 2 years,
Now, after each one
until
died,
America grew out of it.
Okay. Now, after each one died, they sealed up the rooms. Okay. So there's like a story of each person inside each room, right? I'm guessing. Right, exactly.
Molly always seemed like a girl I could imagine being friends with, if she hadn't died in 1947.
Clever how they've done that. Inside, you never actually get to go into them.
I spent a lot of time playing in Great Uncle Walter's room. I think my mom sometimes regretted not sealing it up.
Look at that. Molly was your great aunt. Check the tree. Molly's down here. I'm up here, right? So Dawn's the mum, right? Molly was a great aunt. Check that she was. Molly is the name of a cat.
Lewis told me there were secret passages, but I never believed him. Turns out, my mom was really good at keeping secrets. Now it was time to find out what my mom had been afraid of. From the paintings on the wall, it was clear my brother Milton had been here before me. Reading this, maybe it sounds like I had a plan. But I had no idea what was behind that door. Just like I had no idea where all this was gonna lead.
Yeah. It's amazing.
I grew up looking at Molly's room through the peephole. Molly's gerbil had a tiny bedroom with its own even tinier gerbil cage. Being inside for the first time, I felt like I'd stepped behind a painting.
How do they think this stuff up? It's amazing.
December 13th, 1947. Dear Diary, I'll be gone soon, but I wanted to tell somebody about what's gonna happen. It started when Mom sent me to bed without dinner. I woke up and I was starving, so I looked around for something to eat. The gerbil food was dry, but I didn't mind it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mom, can I come out now?
Sweetheart, it's late. Go
I don't want to sleep. Jippy. Oh, look at that. Just to give you the sense so you know that you're a kid.
I kept eating and eating. I ate a lot of things that night. Then I heard chirping outside my window. It was a barn swallow going back to her nest. I reached out for her. And suddenly, I was a cat.
Weird.
I tried to be quiet, but the bird was really scared. Mom and Dad didn't even look at me.
Just to go now. No. These cats can really jump, huh?
I jumped and I almost got her.
How do I get up on there? Thank you very much for the follow. This road can't be mine. Thank you. Well, don't jump off.
I could tell she was getting really tired. Now I was up in the big tree. I promised Dad I wouldn't climb it anymore. All I cared about was eating that mama bird. I gobbled her up. And suddenly, I was an owl. First, all I heard was the wind. Then I heard little teeth nibbling in the grass.
Oh, I'm actually flying.
Rabbits.
It's like the long dark.
I imagined his face looking up and seeing mine through my talons. I swallowed him up, and I didn't chew one bit. Then I flew off to find something bigger. a mama rabbit. She was almost too big to carry. I started choking, but I couldn't stop eating.
Pig.
And suddenly, I was a shark.
Ugh. What? What the heck?
I rolled off a cliff and into the ocean. Now, I was hungrier than ever.
It's supposed to be her imagination, I guess, yeah. It's me when you drink fog. Yeah, the berries fucked her up, right?
I wanted fat, juicy seals.
Back here.
I tore off her flipper, and it tasted really good.
Yeah, it is, right? It's really clever. Lost her? Well, there she is. Oh. Poor thing. Get back here.
Grabbed on tight. When I was so hungry, I jumped out of the water. When I opened my eyes, everything had changed.
You're a snake? What the? Ooh. That's creepy.
Now I was a monster, and I smelled people everywhere.
Oh. Smell when you see beauty. Ooh.
I was big, but I moved real quiet. I wanted to stop, but also I didn't.
Dude, you are so gonna get it.
His belly was rusty, razor shares.
Get over it. Ooh.
passenger, I was still hungry. And across the water, I smelled something new. Something I had to have, so I swam towards it. I slithered onto the sand, and the good smell went into an old pipe.
Sewage? Now you go to the kitchen. Ugh. It's her bedroom, right?
I got closer and closer. All of my stomach started growling. And suddenly, I was me again. I held my breath for a long time, but I couldn't hear anything. I think it's waiting for me to fall asleep.
I person that
But
reads
it's not
from
going
books.
to wait much longer. It needs to feed, and we both know I will be delicious.
Nice. No, we didn't go for the gerbil. Hi, person that reads from books.
I'm
Welcome.
not sure if I believed all of that, but I'm sure Edie would have.
I hope you want to enjoy this. I'm only just sort of 10 minutes in, I think. 10 or 15 minutes in. So maybe she died from the berries. She was young.
I got the sense Edie had spent a lot of time here before my mom sealed the doors.
Well, toothpaste used to be toxic if eaten. Really? Berries are the fruit, the small red fruit.
This will be obvious later, but my mom never told me any of these stories. Edie would have, but Mom didn't like bringing up the past. Though, when we adopted a stray kitten, she was the one who named it Molly.
Gotcha.
I spent a lot of time in Great-Grandma Edie's room.
Weird. These owls and birds.
We got along, and it was a good place to hide from my mom.
Pretty sure it used to have mercury in it and stuff.
Her room was like a museum. For 500 years, the Finches have been famous throughout Norway for their fortune and misfortune. Odin Finch buries the latest victims of the family curse, his wife Ingeborg and their newborn son, Johan. On January 7th, 1937, he set sail with his family and his house, hoping to leave the curse behind.
And the house.
But 40-foot waves off the coast of Washington send the house and Odin to the bottom of the sea. Odin's daughter Edie, with husband Sven and baby Molly, step ashore on their new home, Orcas Island. Odin Finch is the first to be buried in the new family cemetery. His daughter Edie is already dreaming of a new Finch house. Whatever's wrong with this family, it goes back a long ways.
Learning English with me. More than welcome. If you have any trouble with any words, just say them and we will explain them to you. Don't you worry. We are all in this together. By the way, is everyone else watching enjoying so far? Hope so. Some of them are really short like that. That's okay. I don't think it's necessarily about the... I mean, for me, it's not necessarily about... It's just the recreation of these rooms, man. I don't know how they've... I really don't know how they've done this.
Sven was killed by a dragon. She could also have said he was building a dragon-shaped slide that collapsed. She could have, but she didn't. One summer, they evacuated the island, but Edie refused to go. For a few weeks, she was a celebrity. I hadn't thought of myself as Edith Jr. for a long, long time. Edie gave a big interview about a mole man living under the Finch house. My mom was furious.
Sorry to hear that, man. Which part of Russia?
Even in her 90s.
Which side?
Sometimes Edie seemed a lot younger than my mother.
Nice bathroom.
The only trace Grandpa Sam's first wife Kay left on the house was the pink bathroom.
Huh.
It was a pretty big trace.
Yeah, too bright. There's a secret in this bathroom. In Ukraine.
There's a secret in this bathroom. It's in the last place you would look. It isn't in the cupboard. It's hidden in this book.
Clever as this, man.
Sven gave Sam an old camera he'd refurbished. He never put it down.
Fort Sam, Fort Calvin. Here we are.
I knew Grandpa Sam had a twin. And that he never talked about him.
Jeez, I'd love a... I would have loved a bedroom like this when I was a kid. It's super cool.
I guess my grandpa didn't like history any more than my mom did.
How I Want to Remember My Brother by Sam Finch. The thing I remember is that when he made up his mind, that was it. My brother said he'd die before he ate another mushroom. And he did. At Barbara's funeral, we swore we'd never be afraid again. And he wasn't. I think Calvin always wanted to fly.
Sam! Calvin! Dinner's ready! Coming!
But that day, he finally made up his mind to do it. I told him going around was impossible. Maybe if I hadn't said that,
Calvin! I'm not gonna tell you again!
maybe if the wind hadn't picked up, then maybe he'd still be here. But I doubt it. I think he'd
How
already made
high?
up his mind. That's what I want to remember about my brother.
Wow.
The day he made up his mind to fly. And he did.
Sad.
Calvin's story felt strangely familiar. When I was younger, I remember trying to do the exact same thing.
It's nice that.
After the funeral, Edie roped off Calvin's half of the room.
Hmm.
Mom said Grandpa Sam enlisted at 18 and never set foot in the room again.
Look at the door. Yeah, I know. It's yeah.
The passages were a pretty tight fit. They'd obviously been built for smaller hands and bellies.
Will we go in? I think I have to go back in, right? Into the tunnel and... Yeah.
Growing up, I always thought of Barbara as a child star.
You will like this one, I think, JP.
I never thought about how hard it must have been for her afterwards. Of all the stories people wrote about Barbara's death, I'm surprised Edie saved this one.
Old Jack here with another ghastly tale. inspired by America's most unfortunate family. I'm calling it The Surprise Ending of Barbara Finch. As a child star, Barbara was famous for her scream. Now at 16, she was all washed up, a has-been. But in a lucky break, she'd been asked to perform her signature scream at a local convention for monster movie fans. It was just the boost her career needed. Unfortunately, her scream hadn't aged well.
Getting better. I think you just need the right motivation.
Her biggest fan and current boyfriend, Rick, was about to demonstrate when...
Now that was a great scream.
It was Barbara's father, Sven. He'd slipped into a table saw and had to be rushed to the emergency room. So Barbara got stuck babysitting her youngest brother, Walter. Her convention comeback was cancelled.
Okay, I'm hearing frustration, but I'm not hearing terror. What if I tried...
A gang of hoodlums in Halloween masks have been terrorizing Orcas Island tonight. Police are urging residents to...
That came from the basement.
You're right! Also, I loved your delivery on that. Why is your basement door locked?
Because my dad likes making puzzles and secret passages. There's a key hidden in the music box. The secret is to keep winding and winding until finally the key pops out.
Thanks, babe. I'll be back in a sec.
20 minutes later, Rick hadn't returned. So Barbara went to look for him.
Cool voice.
Right on cue. She reached for the music box.
Okay.
And as she wound the key, she listened for Rick, but the house was silent.
How weird is that, right? Okay, cool. I like this.
She found Rick's crutch and imagined the worst.
The gang's leader is the infamous Hookman Killer, Dr. Carl Hamill, who impaled and then ate his family 10 years ago tonight.
The old fridge rattled. And
It's the Halloween music, yeah. Nice one, Bobby.
Rick?
Barb, relax. I was just trying to scare you to help you find your scream.
Well, I'm not scared, Rick. I'm furious.
Then act furious. All I'm getting from you now is that you're hurt and confused and you're...
she threw him out, but she kept a little something to remember him by.
Barb, have you seen my other crutch?
And she was still holding it when she fell asleep watching the late picture show. Hours later...
Barbara! Walter, what's going on up there? Ah! Okay, I'm coming up, but if this is a trick, you're dead, Walter.
It's cool, man.
Orcas Island police describe the man as 6 feet tall, with a steel hook for a hand. Residents are urged to lock all doors and windows and notify the police of any suspicious activity.
Barbara turned, saw the hook man, and was speechless. He was quite smashing. And whoever he was, he couldn't get enough of Barbara.
Okay, Barbara, there's gotta be another way out of here.
That night, she played her part beautifully.
They get out to the window.
She thought about abandoning Walter, but just couldn't do it. Molly's door hadn't been opened in years. The hinges groaned. He wasn't moving, but she sensed the story might not be over yet. The hookman had vanished. She listened for his breathing, but all she heard was...
Like this. Hello, unlike Daffy. Welcome. Welcome to the channel.
Someone at the door.
I hope you enjoy this.
To young Barbara. At the door,
We will talk shortly.
she heard whispering. It was coming from inside the house.
Oh dear.
Oh dear. Scream, for God's sake.
The monsters had come to surprise her. For Barbara, it was a dream come true. Then she saw what kind of monsters they were, and she realized what was about to happen. She was going to be famous. And with her final breath, Barbara Finch gave the performance of her life. I wasn't there myself, but I hear Barbara was magnificent. Poor girl. She had a taste for stardom. But unfortunately, so did her fans. Of course, the police blamed it all on poor Rick, who disappeared the same night. And little Walter? Hiding under his bed the whole time. He took
Little
it all
shit.
pretty hard. But that's another story. As for Barbara, tucked inside the music box is
Yeah, in
all
English,
they ever
please.
found of her.
This road, if you can.
Now that's what I call a real eerie tale. It's an English channel for everyone else, so
Edie told me all Barbara wanted was to be remembered, as absurd as that comic was. Maybe what Edie saw was a happy ending.
Pins. There you go. Okay. Well. I guess that's that. Sorry, guys. Okay. That was fun. What do you think of that one? I like that. Nice one, Bobby. Yeah, maybe he's, I don't know. You never know. Maybe it's, who knows? Yeah, it was a good one, that one. You timed him out, right? Anyway, I don't know. Maybe he was just typing something genuine. I don't know. I like that story, yeah. The twins was was nice and sad, but I mean it was too short, maybe. But it was nicely done. Very nicely put together. I guess I can go back in here now.
I guess now I know why Mom didn't like me playing with the music box.
I guess that's where we're going now, right? I like that. Yeah, you come. We haven't found that out, Jen. We don't know oh, we don't know. We don't know. Unlike Daffy, it's basically just we're going through rooms of all of the family members of the Finch family, and we're finding stories of all of them. So far, we've had a little girl's imagination. We've had two boys, the twins, where one of them died. That one was a funny one. Yeah. But yeah. It's an odd game, but it's beautifully done. Which I'm sure you agree just by looking at the way in which it's created. I mean, even just the comic book, the style in which they did it, where you can actually... where you're walking around inside the comic book. I thought that was very, very clever. So we're going to do this then, huh? There we go. Hope everyone's enjoying this as much as I am. Makes a nice change from the long dark to be able to just sort of, you know, sit back and enjoy a good story. And there's not as much reading as I thought there'd be, Bobby. So it's all good because the voiceovers are so nicely done that it just flows really well, the game.
Mom said the basement was off limits, unless I wanted another tetanus shot.
Ring ding ding ding.
I saw Edie sneak down to the basement once, carrying packages.
I'm glad you're enjoying this also, JB. This is great. Yeah. Enjoying it. It's nice. Very nice.
I thought maybe she was hiding presents.
Thank you very much for the follow. I like Daffy. That was just the worst time for the follow sound.
It turned out she was hiding a lot more than that.
Okay. What the fuck?
I remember asking Mom once about where Walter had gone. She said after Barbara died, he got as far away as he could.
This is it was a good, well timed, yeah. Just one of those, just so happened to be at the right time.
If there's a pattern in all these stories, I think it's that none of us has gotten very far.
quite sad, though, I suppose, at the end of the day, right? All of this.
Goodbye, everyone. I can't believe I've been down here for 30 years. On that first day, after the shaking started, I didn't think I'd survive a week. But after a few days, I settled into a routine.
Come on.
That's what kept me sane.
Oh,
Having a
well, Harold.
schedule, living for today. I always expected to be dead tomorrow.
Move the
But
mouse
if you
as
wait
well.
long enough, you get used to anything.
Oh, I'm supposed to turn the can? No, doesn't matter. We did it. Another one.
Even a monster on the other side of the door starts to feel normal.
Not letting me do it like you're saying. Did you play with a gamepad or something? Oh, I see.
Almost friendly.
I got you. I got you. You have to turn, you have to do a circle with the mouse, right? 1976.
And then one day, everything just stopped.
Whoa.
Whatever that thing was, it was gone. Maybe it got tired of waiting. Or maybe I just got tired of being afraid. It's been a week now, the longest in 30 years. I'm done waiting. I
After
have
30 years?
Well, I still can.
Jeez, you got a lot of patience, man.
I know it's out there somewhere. Whatever killed Barbara and Molly and Calvin. Maybe this is all a mistake.
This is underneath, yeah.
But I need to stop living the same day, even if it kills me.
So I managed to get a 30 calendar, so it's true. It's true.
Whatever's out there, I want you to know I'm ready for it. I'm going to appreciate all of it, especially the food. I don't mind if I only have a year left, or a month, or a single week. I'd be happy with one new day. I can already imagine the sun on my face.
Oh, for God's sake. A fucking train?
Walter died when I was 6. I can't believe my mom never told me he was down here.
Rip. That's like the worst role ever. Like, you spend 30 years... Oh, fucking hell. It's hardcore. Poor fucker. Jeez.
I'm sure
Okay.
my mom was trying to protect me.
Guys? This is beautiful. I'm just going to make myself a quick... I'm going to have a quick cigarette and have a quick coffee. make myself a coffee, and have a cigarette at the same time. If anyone needs to have a pee break or anything like that, let's have let's do that now. Like 2 or 3 minutes. A cry break. Yeah, I'm just gonna. It's the kid one was a sad one. It wasn't long enough to really, bring out tears or anything, but it was very nice. It was very nice. I'll be back in literally 2 or 3 minutes, guys. Okay, I'll leave the I'll just turn off the microphone and leave this music because, as we know, it's beautiful. You just wait, my boy. I'll be right back, guys. Thanks a lot to everybody, and I hope that you are enjoying the game. Appreciate everyone being here. Sorry about that. Thanks for waiting, everybody. Like I said, yes, brothers. I think you'd mentioned it as well, Bobby, at some point, about the cry thing. And I watched, I just heard a lot of good things about it. So I really should play that one. Everybody's gone to Rapture. I'm not so I remember the name, but I don't know whether I played it. And Linz, you probably shouldn't be smoking. What have you got? What are you sick with? In any case, if you're sick, you shouldn't be smoking. Bad. Okay. Yeah, as we complete them, it's giving the pictures, right? Yeah, I think so. Hey, Norse. Good evening. Welcome. We are playing Edith Finch. And it's a beautiful game. Just a sore throat and runny nose? It's okay. You just need some good rest. But the sore throat and the smoking don't help. Nice to see you, though, Norse. Welcome. Welcome back, man. We're going to be playing this, and then afterwards we're going to we'll move over probably to the Long Dark. Here for a good couple of hours. So it's a nice chill stream today. And I hope everyone enjoys this one. Let's carry on. So we're going down, huh? Or am I not? By the way, Jippy, you completed the White House challenge on first try. I didn't. I after that first one that I started, the next day they released the stable build, right? And when they released the stable build, it wiped the save. So I lost all the progress that I made on that one. I started an interloper run afterwards. I don't know whether you watched that one. I got to day, I think I'm on day 9 or day 10 on interloper at the moment, and I've got to a point where I think I need to start probably heading to one of the forges to craft up some stuff. So it's going to be an interesting next part. Picture. Good stuff. You could probably use some chill. Don't blame me, man. For a Sunday, it's always nice to get a little bit of chill in for you. I hope you enjoy.
Oh dear Lord Jesus, this ain't happening, man. This can't be happening, man. This isn't happening.
Thank you very much. Unlike that thief. Love the stream already. Only been watching for 5 minutes. Thank you, man. Really appreciate it. Thank you so much. It's nice to know that you're enjoying the game. Thank you, man. So, how many stories have we... Ooh. Where am I going? I can't. Going even further down, or... Oh, going up, right? I think it's got really dark. I can't see anything anymore. I literally can't see anything. Am I not supposed to be coming through here? Oh, there we go. I'm just being super blind. Okay. Yeah, sorry, Poppy. Being a bit special. Yeah, my long dark streams are usually a little bit more... I try and keep them... Why nobody lives in the house? Because everyone's died in the house. And at the beginning of the game, her brother was... Edith's brother was the last to die, and after he died, she never came back to the house until now. Yes. So it's been passed on through generations, and we've come back to the house now, and we're going through each of the rooms and unveiling their stories of the past. It's gotten dark. So this says, yeah, exactly. Have we been? I'm trying to think where we need to go now. Back up? It's nighttime, yeah. Just the kids' rooms. That's really dark. Been in Barbara's, we've been in here. Where do we need to go now? So Molly, Barbara, Calvin, Sam, Walter, Gregory, Gus, or Dawn. Where are all the rooms? I seriously can't see anything. Kind of creepy. And I'm wondering whether I needed to come all the way up here, because I came from downstairs, right in the basement. Guess I'm looking for some tips on creepy sounds going on. There haven't been any other cues on or clues on where to go next. Can you guys not see anything, or do I need to go back downstairs again? I can still see. Okay. Guess I missed something down here. Well, that's great and all, but I can't. Down here? Yeah, the thing is, I can't fucking see a damn goddamn thing. Okay, let's go back down. It's not letting me go down, though. I mean, I opened that up, so I figured that I'd just walk down automatically, but... Oh, now it's... Oh, for God's sake. I just had to hold it a little bit more.
Maybe she
No,
was
I'm
afraid
going
I'd
down.
end up like Walter.
Oh, and another game that I bought and I'm anxious to try, I think it was called City of Lights. Never heard of that
But if
one.
she never told me about an uncle under the house, I can only imagine what else she was hiding. I don't want to make the same mistakes she made. Trying to bury something that's still alive.
Alright, well,
Now that there's only one of us left. Or maybe two.
I guess that we're going to try and
I thought it was
not
time I
get hit
heard
by
the
a train.
stories for myself.
Person that reads from books. Thank you very much for the follow. I do appreciate it.
And found out what happened to everyone
Hope you're enjoying.
else. But now I'm worried the stories themselves might be the problem. Maybe we believed so much in a family curse, we made it real.
Now what, the island's like disappeared? Part of the island? It's all come away in the... after all this time? City of Lights, isn't that Paris? It's...
I don't know if I should even be writing this.
I'm kind of taken aback by how well created this is.
Maybe it'd be better if all this just died with me.
The production value is second to none.
But I thought you should know about your family. And the history you're a part of.
An Italian asylum. Similar walking type story game. Mention it to me on Discord so I check it out afterwards. It's probably only for the PlayStation, I'm guessing, right? It's the house.
Though to be honest, I feel as lost as you probably do right now. I think the people in these stories believed them, for what that's worth.
Been on PC for a while? I've never heard of it, and so be interested to check that one out as well. Trying to remind me of...
Had that history of imagination and stubbornness and madness.
I haven't played The Vanishing of Ethan Carter yet. I
Any of
don't know
it
whether
seems
that's any good.
possible.
This way.
I think we've been surrounded by death for so long, we've just gotten used to it. What kind of family finishes building a cemetery before starting the house? It's embarrassing for me to admit this, but the pet cemetery made me more uncomfortable than the human one. Three of the gerbils were mine, and 2 had been my fault. Sven built the house, but it was Edie who designed the cemetery. I'm sure Odin's monument had been Edie's idea. My mom was always trying to move on, but for Edie, the past never went away. She could see it poking out of the water at low tide. Edie said she dreamed about the old house every night.
I'm wondering whether I'm missing something else. I have to keep looking or something. Nope. Have I played Life is Strange? No, I haven't. Life is Strange. No, there's a lot of beautiful story games. I mean, I think if I was to start playing through all these story games, I'd never stop, personally. I mean, and at the moment, this one...
Edie's side was always easier for me to understand.
It's gonna stay with you, I think, this story.
But the older I get, the more I can see where my mom was coming from. Her dad had been pretty strict, but it wasn't enough to save her brothers. She was just trying to do better. She lost 2 of her brothers, just like I did. I get why she tried so hard to protect us. We never found Milton's body, so my mom insisted we were putting up a monument, not a tombstone.
Maybe are they good to play? They're good to play 1 day or 2 as a break from TLD. It's true. Otherwise, TLD can get a bit too intense,
There's so many
right?
things I wish I could ask my mom now. Part of me thinks this is what she wanted all along. For me to come back someday and find everything out for myself. But looking back on it now, if she told me there was going to be so much climbing, I never would have come when I was 22 weeks pregnant.
She's pregnant.
I never met Grandpa Sam, but I think he and my mom had a lot in common. They were both pretty intense. Instead of hiding from death, Sam seemed to go out of his way to meet it.
It's how they've done the. I don't know. I'm kind of a bit speechless. By this game, by how it flows. You know, they're all so different, but. So this is Sam, your mum's
Dawn,
dad.
I promise. you'll never forget this weekend.
Yes, sir.
These memories are gonna last a lifetime.
Hmm? Am I gonna have to shoot anything?
It's a hunting trip, Dawn. Shooting is strongly encouraged. Perfect.
It's gonna rain the whole weekend, isn't it? Please just take the damn picture.
Hey, language.
I will never forget this weekend, Dad.
That's the spirit. Okay, got it.
I'm gonna take some pictures, okay?
Just be careful. That camera's older than you are.
I'm not quite the photographer.
You're right, Dad. It's starting to clear up. Still freezing, though. Aw.
What am I supposed to take pictures of?
Definitely should not have drunk all that coffee.
Hold still,
Hey!
That's a keeper.
Him taking a piss.
I'm just saying, I'm not always gonna be here, Dawn. You'll need to remember this stuff, if you want to survive.
I'll be fine, Dad.
You know who else thought he was gonna be fine?
Some guy who died.
Dawn, I'm being serious.
I know, Dad. You're always serious. Doesn't being out here make you want to chill out?
Well, to tell you the truth, I haven't been out here in 20 years. Last time I was with my brother Calvin. Man, that was a great trip.
Look
Your grandpa's
around.
Fen taught us how to fish, how to build a fire. We found an old logging trail. There were deer everywhere. I bet if I could remember where that trail was, we'd spot a buck for you in no time. Give me a minute to check the map. Let's see.
Dad!
Good eyes, Dawn. Before you take the shot, let me get a picture of you.
Dad, I...
Just breathe. Turn off your imagination. Focus on your target. Let me get behind you.
Do I have to do this?
Dawn, you don't have to do anything. But if you want to survive, you'll need to be strong. Great shot, Dawn! I'm proud of you, Dawn. Always remember that, okay? Sorry, Dawn. Just gotta reset the timer.
Okay.
Dad, it's twitching. I think
That's
it's
totally
so...
normal, Dawn. Just focus on the camera. Try not to think about...
Dad!
Oh, God. Sad.
Of all these stories, that's the one I wish most that my mom had told me.
Yeah, karma. Shit. Yeah. If you're going hunting, make sure it's dead. Yeah, right. Yeah. If it was me playing, I'd shoot it twice, right, Linz? Make sure it's dead.
After Sam died, my mom and Edie got really close. They'd both lost a lot.
Don't know whether I want to watch this one. (1976) to 1977. Divorce contract.
Dear Kay, do you remember the way Gregory used to laugh when he thought he was alone? Like something funny was happening, but only he could see it. I think he saw things the rest of us don't.
Bath time's over, Gregory. It's time to... Hold on, sweetie. Hello? Sam, I told you I don't want to talk right now.
I wonder what he saw. What his world was like.
Missed.
He reminded me so much of Calvin. Lost in his imagination. Whatever it was, he saw. It sure made him happy.
Boing. Bonk. Bonk. I don't think I can look up though. Ha!
I know how silly it sounds. That I worried about a baby being too happy. But I could feel him slipping away.
Sorry about that, Gregory.
I know you did everything you could.
Just waiting for the grudge moment to happen. Yeah, I know.
Maybe if I hadn't
God,
called
I
that
know.
night.
Damn it. Hold on,
I wish
don't
he
want
could have told us about the world he saw.
No, turn it off.
Hey, there's so much I don't understand about Gregory. About everything.
Okay, we're going on one of these, huh?
But I know what happened wasn't your fault. I'm sure he's happy. And he'd want you to be happy too. Good luck, Kay. Love, Sam.
God, what a horrible way to lose a kid. Mm.
I can't imagine my mom ever writing poetry, and yet.
A poem for Gus, who always said the wedding was a bad idea. Our father never hit us kids, at least not very hard, before the day my brother said with teenage disregard that he'd be dead before he'd see a wedding in our yard. My father made him come, of course, but Gus stood far apart, just flew his kite and bottled up the storm inside his heart.
Yeah, right in the feels. Damn, these controls.
I tried to talk him out of it, but though he'd never met her, we don't need a stepmom were the words that I remember.
Husband and wife. Make him cry.
What am I trying to do? The master kite flyer. Am I supposed to scoop this or something? Not sure what I'm supposed to do. Oops. Just gonna spoil your wedding, guys.
When the time for photos came, Dad ordered him to
Come here.
But Gus declined, and as a sign held up his middle finger.
What a pleasant kid.
The wind picked up, and panicked geese appeared and quickly went. But all the humans did that day was go inside the tent.
What am I looking for now? Okay.
The rain came down in buckets then, but no one seemed afraid that nature might destroy the tent our dad had crudely made. The thunder sounded much too close and full of angry power. But all my father said to this was, "Make the music louder."
Oh boy. Wow, that is a lot. I'm here, boys. I'm here. No need to be scared anymore. Hey, Sword. Welcome back. I've missed quite a lot, man. I go in.
I wish that I could truly say I thought about you on that day. Out there on the beach alone, just you, the wind, the sea, and foam. But I didn't, until we found you.
Are you flying a huge trash pile?
She
You
never
had to watch it from the beginning.
Mom told me once if I was a boy, they were going
Yeah,
to
you
name
did
me
miss a lot.
Gus.
It's very sad. Yeah, maybe not.
My mom moved up to the loft after her brothers died. At the time, it was as far away as she could get.
I'm all shrouded in shadow. Looking right creepy. Hang on a second. Oh, yeah, sorry. The light's gone completely. Hang on a second. I don't have any proper light. Ugh, God damn it. 1 second, guys. Let me sort this out quickly. Apologies. I've got sword dick. How about that? That better? You got damn fine legs, Jippy. Oh yeah. Except for Lewis, it looks like. So Eddie is our grandma. Great grandma. In time. Okay, let's carry on going back in.
She spent a summer building houses in Calcutta, where she met my dad, Sanjay. My mom moved to India a week after graduation and got a job teaching English.
Welcome, man.
Lewis was born a year later.
You're coming in at a beautiful time. We're quite far into the story. But you should, I don't know whether you've played this game, but you definitely should be. Sanjay. You've been playing Thief, right?
When my
Reploid?
dad died, I don't think Mom knew where else to go. I'm sure Edie was happy to have her back. And to see kids in the house again.
I wonder how many times you died, man, in that game. 100? Maybe a bit more?
The house had to get a little bigger, but Edie was used to that.
Definitely got to put this on YouTube later? Okay. Will do.
And for a while, things were good. Almost normal.
It's a beautiful game, by the way, Reploid and Sword. You come in late, but it's very well put together.
But it didn't last.
Bobby was saying that it was 6 years to do an interpolum, unless you want to be a giant wuss. I will do it. I will continue with my interloper afterwards, buddy. Or are you talking to Reploid?
The beginning of the end was Milton's 10th birthday, when Edie gave him a castle.
Cool.
After Milton disappeared, the only thing he left behind was a room full of paintings.
This is Milton, one of your brothers. Ah, you're talking to Wussloyd. Okay, man. Milton? It's of course about exclusivity with regards to content. There isn't actually. You're not allowed to upload it to YouTube for 24 hours after you finish a stream. After 24 hours, you are free to put it onto YouTube. Next is Lewis. Oh my god, I gotta get some tissues. But you know what's coming, man. Yeah, Reploid. It's only for 24 hours. So, like this stream now, I can't upload directly onto YouTube. But tomorrow, this time, I'll be definitely pushing this. In fact, I'll upload it now as private, set it all up so it's ready to go, and then tomorrow at 6, flick a switch and it's live. Yeah. In the meantime, you can always watch the VOD on here if you want to catch up. Nice. Zach. Nice.
Milton Finch in The Magic Paintbrush.
Alright, let's go quiet again, guys. I want to enjoy this last. I think this might be one of the last few.
I was 4 when Milton disappeared. Mom spent months searching for my brother. Then she sealed the doors. Whatever Milton had found in the house, Mom didn't want it getting out.
Ugh, you make it walk all the way around again. Now it's Lewis, you think? Alright, well, we're gonna find out, man. Reploid, the premise of this game is it's a family house, a big-ass family house, which has been passed through the generations. Each room of the house had a member of the family through the generations, and when they die, the door is closed and their story is sealed inside. And we're the last, and we've come back after our brother died, and we're going through the house, going through every single one of the rooms, one by one, and discovering their stories. There you go. To find out what happened to everyone, basically.
Mom definitely blamed Edie, but I think Lewis blamed himself. After he graduated, he just spent more and more time in his room, until Mom got him a job at the cannery. Everyone always told me to stay out of Lewis's room, except Lewis.
It's a boat? Cool.
Lewis's room smelled very, very familiar. That part of him lived on. Lewis and I spent a lot of time playing games together, but he was surprisingly bad at them. He died a lot.
Dear Mrs. Finch, as Lewis's psychiatrist, I can understand your desire for an explanation. As I see it, the trouble began in January, shortly after we convinced your son to seek treatment for substance abuse. Newly sober, I believe Lewis first noticed the monotony of his daily life. He kept working at the cannery, but he withdrew part of himself. In our sessions, I saw the same behavior. His mind began to...
Think of weed? What?
Wander.
Oh.
I asked him to describe it. He said he started small, imagining a labyrinth. He'd feel his way about.
You put your hand on the guillotine. Chimps.
Then something moved. Bats. And toads. things that have not names. He knew it was all in his head. But he took it very seriously. I had hoped he'd find himself. But he found something more. I worried about him then. Daydreaming at the cannery.
Well, I have to
I
do the
spoke with his
fish.
boss. But he said Lewis had become a model employee. Methodical, tireless, focused. Like a whole new Lewis.
Yes, I do, to get the
So
fish
I
out
let
of the
him
way.
go on. I even encouraged him. It seemed very promising at first. He told me he'd made a new friend. On the edge of a city he named Lewis Topia. He built the city up slowly, brick by brick. Then he made musicians. And songs for them to play. He talked about starting a band. And he was always humming something. Every day his imagination grew stronger.
I don't need to talk right now.
He no longer spoke at the cannery. But his chopping was as reliable as ever. Then one day it struck him that all the cheering crowds, even the stones under his feet, were all in his imagination, so he could do whatever he wished. He held an election for mayor. And he won. They begged him to stay, but his mind was already wandering. It became a game for him.
This is weird.
He'd conquer a city, then immediately push on. New Louisville.
I can't do two things at a time.
St. Louis. He started drifting away from our reality.
I'm struggling.
Minneapolis. Until one day he forgot to go home from the cannery. Even as his mother pleaded with him, part of Lewis kept sailing on. In Lewisburg, he heard rumors of a handsome queen. The queen was on her own quest for
sinister serpents.
Sinister serpents. He followed the sound of her
Silver harp.
silver harp. His chase led him to a golden palace east of the sun and west of the moon. Even then, his logic remained sound. He knew the world was all in his imagination.
I'm not following, guys. I'm not following your
But he
chat.
was so proud of having created it. In his own eyes, he'd become something greater than a king. For someone who'd never known success in the real world, I think it was overwhelming.
Yeah, you would, right?
And then it struck him that the real Lewis was not the one chopping salmon, but the one climbing the steps of a golden palace. My imagination is as real as my body, he told me. It was hard to argue with him. He began to forget the world we know. I think it pained him to remember Lewis, the cannery worker.
It's a lot of fish.
He began to despise the man with a royal contempt. I still thought I could save him. Even after he said he was being crowned king over all the lands of wonder. The palace would be packed with his companions. Including the wise Calico who'd insisted on inviting him. His queen waited, holding his crown. There was only one thing left to do. Bend down his head.
What the fuck?
And the rest I think you know. Mrs. Finch, your son was a kind man who will be missed by all of us who knew him.
My brother was really cool. I wish you could have met him.
Moral of the story? Don't do drugs.
On the way back
Nah, they
from
didn't,
Lewis's funeral, my mom told me to start packing. She waited until the day before we left to tell Edie.
She didn't bother. Yeah, they didn't bother. Okay, man. They came late, so they missed most
she
of
wanted
it.
to make it easier or harder. I wish we'd stayed. But I understand why we left.
Moral of the story is don't work in a fish can.
My mom ended up leaving everything behind. What happened that night had been coming for a long time. Maybe it should have come sooner.
We
But
love
it
you
had to
guys, I
end
swear.
one way or
I know.
another. All that's left now is to tell you about that last night.
Nah, it's all good, man. It's all good.
That whole last day, Edie just watched us pack and didn't say a word. Until supper, when she raised her glass and said,
"To our final night together, and all our final nights apart."
Grandma, you know what I said about alcohol. Some of your medications are very
Edith,
specific.
I left a present for you in the hallway. Why don't you go open it? The grown-ups have to argue now.
I'm sorry, you're right. We're all leaving tomorrow. Let's just enjoy our last...
I'm not leaving.
Edith, you're excused.
the power had been shut off that morning, but Edie always had plenty of candles. When my mom sealed the library, I don't think she knew about the other entrance. Or that Edie had a key to it.
That thing you're afraid of isn't going to end when you leave the house. Edith has a right to know these stories.
My children are dead because of your stories. I think it's best if Edith and I leave tonight. We'll have the nursing home send a van for you in the morning, okay?
Dear Edith, there's so many stories I wish I could tell you, but there's only time for one. This is about what happened on the night you were born. That night, the tide went way, way out. It was the first and last time I ever saw the old house aground.
Supposed to go down?
God, it smelled awful. You know, I've seen that house every day of my life. But I never thought I'd go back to it. When the fog rolled in, I lost my way. I got turned around. I started seeing things. Things I'd forgotten had ever existed. But when I saw them, they felt like old friends. That night, a lot of things came back to me. Or maybe I came back to them. Things I can't explain, but that I need you to try and...
Edith, what are you doing in here?
It's mine.
Edith!
Mom, you're gonna rip it. Let go. I kicked and screamed, but Mom dragged me to the car. I never saw Great-Grandma Edie again. The next morning, the van came to pick her up, but she was already gone. After that, we moved around a lot. We both tried to make the best of it. A few years went by. My mom didn't like to talk about it. But she started getting sick a lot. The rest happened pretty quickly. She got better for a while, and then she didn't. And then I was alone. The last Finch left alive. Until I found out about you. I'm still not sure what to tell you about all this. If we lived forever, maybe we'd have time to understand things. But as it is, I think the best we can do is try to open our eyes. And appreciate how strange and brief all of this is.
Bound to be born, huh?
This journal was supposed to be for you. But now I hope you'll never see it. I just want to meet you. And tell you all these stories myself. But I guess if you're reading this now, things didn't work out that way. This is where your story begins. I'm sorry I won't be there to see it. It's a lot to ask, but I don't want you to be sad that I'm gone. I want you to be amazed that any of us ever had a chance to be here at all. Good luck.
Wow. That was a Enjoyed that. That was very moving, very well done. Didn't expect that. And I didn't think I'd like a walking sim like that either, but that was just very engrossing. Yeah. You guys can carry on. Sorry about that, guys. I was quite into it, so towards the end I just sort of switched off from following on the chat. Very nice. You like that, Nero? Who else was watching? Unlike Daffy, Usagen probably. Norse actually stayed. Mumphies, I don't know whether you're still here. Bobby, you've watched this probably God knows how long. And Linz. Yeah. Thanks, Bobby, for that. That was a great recommendation. Favorite story, guys? Which one was your favorite? I think Lewis is your favorite one? Wait, Lewis being the trip, the druggie, right? I don't know, man. That was, they didn't need to have the whole fish thing going on the whole time. That kind of just got a little bit tiresome towards the end. Thanks for not talking out of it, Deep. You did a great job. Yeah, no, I think on a game like this, there's no need to be talking over it. In fact, I've been saying to Bobby and Linz that I was actually thinking of just turning off the mic and everything, the camera and everything, so it would just stay all full screen for the whole thing. But they were like, nah, leave the camera up, so I left the camera up at least. But yeah, on something like this, there's no need to be talking that much, I don't think. Because I think if you're sat here watching the game, you're here to watch the story, right? Six years? I like the Barbara story best. I think I liked the swing one. I just thought the swing one was too quick, you know? What was his name? The boy. And the Barbara one was very good, yeah. It was clever. They were all really good, you know? There was even the... Yeah, they were all really good in their own weird ways, I think. That's the point when your job is so boring and wasteful that your imagination takes control to that point. Drugs or not, it's powerful. Yeah. You think you like Calvin or Sam? Hey, see, I think everyone had their own favorites, right? The swing one is amazing when you're playing it. It's lost slightly watching as you get a bit frightened when controlling the swing. Yeah, it does give you that sensation. I don't know whether the little baby one is great. Yeah. The replay a story option is now. Oh, you can go back and do them. Yeah. The baby one. Yeah, they were all good. I just think that the whole. The artists did a fantastic job with the house. I think just that first scene where you walk down the path and you get that big view of the house is and the music kicks in. It's just this really, like, you know, it's one of those moments in gaming, you know. Yeah, it's a great experience. You know, it's very hard to make something like that, which, well, I mean, more to the point, I think it's hard to make a game where people will actually not necessarily play it, but would be happy just sat here watching it, you know. And it looks like there was quite a lot of you just sat here, just, you know, on full screen, just watching this. So I mean, there's got to be something to the story to keep people's attention, right? And the music's great. Agreed, I was so worried you'd not like this. You'd played this before, Linz, or? It reminds me of something. I don't know, like, I played it once and watched it 3 times now. It reminds me of something. I'm not sure what it is exactly. I'm not sure whether it was a film or a book. It's something. Yeah, I don't understand the hate these walking sims get. To be honest with you, I haven't actually played that many of these walking sims. Like I was saying before, I'm not sure. I think you were here. I don't think. Gone Home? What's Gone Home? What's Gone Home? Everyone's mentioning. Why? What's everyone mentioning? Gone Home? It's another game. Really? Nero, there is a ton of hate calling them not games at all and such. I don't think. Yeah, I agree with you. I mean, this is the first one. There was Vanishing Cart or whatever. I never played that. Brothers. I don't know whether that was a story-based game, but I never played that one either. This one had a prequel, right, Bobby? There was a game before this one. I don't know what that one was like. If it was something Swan. I think if a game is called a walking sim, then by its own right, it's not done a good job with the story. Because if it's captivating enough, you wouldn't consider it to be a walking sim like that. This game I didn't consider to be a walking sim because it's like you're following a story. It's like a movie. You're in it, you know. I think if people feel like it's a walking sim, then either they don't have the patience to watch a story, or I agree these not being games as much stories, but why hate when you have the choice of just not playing these? Yeah, you know. Some people just want to, like, they want more feedback from a game. Yeah, it's like an interactive movie. And strangely, I know it sounds silly, but when I first got my Vive, the VR one, the helmet thing, there's a couple of very small, apart from Oculus, which did a lot of these short stories, like Henry and things, which you've probably seen on YouTube and stuff. There was this other little game about this very small doll. I don't know how to explain it, but it was a new way of telling the story. It was really, really impressive in terms of you're stood inside the story. Something like that in VR, not necessarily walking around, you know, because the walking whole thing is kind of nauseating if you're walking around a lot, especially when you're not actually walking in real life. But being inside that house would be amazing. Being inside that house in VR would just be awesome, because it would really come across nicely. Anyone watched or played this Monster Cancer? I played Unravel. I thought Unravel was nice. People were talking about Inside. I haven't played that one either. Yeah. I remember it's reminding me something. Anyway, so basically there's a load. So this Gone Home, I remember hearing about this. See, I played this game called Phone Home. About a little alien guy. I thought that was going to be a really nice little survival game, but it wasn't that good. Must admit. I was disappointed with that. So whenever I see Gone Home, I always think of that, but I know that it's another one, which is quite good. The Vanishing of Ethan Carter is worth playing. It's good. I'd be interested in trying The Vanishing of Ethan Carter as well, I suppose. If it's worth going through. I don't know whether it was a good idea to play this first or after a TLD Long Dark stream, because now I'm kind of like, you know, you've been left with this really nice sort of feeling, you know? Going into the Long Dark, I'm just going to get, like, eaten by wolves or some shit. It's actually that dragon cancer. Missed part of the end of this, but it's a really beautiful game. We'll watch the end on board. Yeah, you really should, Mumphies. It was really moving. Monster Cancer is about a baby young child having cancer and the parents dealing with the struggles. Oh, Jesus. I don't know whether I could... Crikey, I don't know whether I could put... Really? That's going to be harsh. As soon as I saw the baby one, I don't know, man. As a parent, my heart sinks when I see that stuff. I don't know whether I could do that. If it's got a good story to it, I don't know whether I could do that. Anyway, I do hope that everyone really enjoyed that. I did. I know that Linz and Bobby did for the 20th time for Bobby. Great stuff, great stuff. I'm going to take, yeah, painful, yeah. I didn't get the cries from this Bobby. Maybe it's one, maybe if I'd been playing this on my own. You know, there was this really weird, I know it sounds really silly, but I remember there was this game. It was like a platform story game. I'm trying to remember the name of it. Really famous. Came out like 2 or 3 years ago. It starts with, you're this little white thing. This little white, like, rabbit thing. It's kind of like this little platform thing. It's really clever. It's a really beautiful game. God, you guys know the name of it. What's it called? Please help me out. You're Uri and the Blind Forest, right? The beginning of that, God knows why, that made me cry. I don't know why. The beginning of that with the music and the tree and just it was a powerful moment. I don't know. I thought it's amazing what they can do with good storytelling and animations. You know, if the animations are good, it really makes everything. And I'm a real sucker for a good soundtrack. You hated the beginning? Oh man, you should. I loved that. It was a great game. Yeah, you're gonna have to dump these in like Discord or send me messages with all these links to the Steam games, guys. I'm gonna have to add these on my wish list. And I got gifted another game today by a nice chap. He hated it because I cried. It was this game which spawned Shenanigans have been playing. It was really cool. I can't remember the name, it's not coming to my head. But I got gifted it. Let me check, hang on. Conarium, it was called. Conarium or something. And I didn't watch much of it. I turned it off again. But I started and it was like outdoor blizzards and I was like, oh, it's like near death, long dark. I was like, cool. And I saved that. But I don't know whether it was a story-based game or a horror. I don't know. I'll have to play through that one as well at some point. Okay, guys. Let me take a quick sort of 5-minute break. I need to take a pee. Been dying to pee the last 10 minutes of that game. And then I'll come back and then we'll see what we're going to play next. Alright, guys? Thanks for watching so far. It's been fun. I'll be back very shortly. I'm going to leave this up like this just because the music.